In the shadowed expanse of the TCI system, humanity's greatest secret stirred. Hidden within the asteroid belt, the massive orbital shipyards of Project Umbra sprawled for kilometers, veiled by quantum camouflage and gravitational distortion fields. Here, the U.S. Nightweaver grew from dream to reality, a silent predator forged in darkness. Director Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck, her dark eyes fixed on the sleek hull. Around her, construction drones swarmed like fireflies in the void. 20 years of secrecy, innovation, and sacrifice had led to this moment. Final systems check is complete. Dr. Marcus Rivera's hologram flickered beside her. The quantum core was stable. The dark matter drive exceeded expectations. A slight smile touched Sarah's face at the mention of Captain James Drake. Brilliant, unorthodox, and feared by many, Drake was humanity's weapon incarnate. In Docking Bay 17, he rested his hand on the ship's hull, feeling the Nightweaver's consciousness brush against his mind. The neural interface pulsed, 98% synchronization. The ship responded to him as if it were his own body. "They'll never see us coming," Drake whispered. Across centuries, the Meridian Collective had ruled the galaxy, claiming benevolence while suppressing all technological advancement. Humanity, outwardly compliant, had been quietly building a weapon that would shatter that control. The Nightweaver embodied forbidden physics, dark matter propulsion, and adaptive armor that bent energy to its will. From ancient Martian ruins came the final secrets, the neural link, the quantum consciousness, the key to wielding power beyond imagination. Sarah reviewed intelligence reports. The collective had detected anomalies, but they had been misdirected, until now. The Eternal Dominion, flagship of the collective, was mobilizing. "Full deployment in 36 hours, she commanded, voice hard as steel. "If they start scanning deeper, they'll detect our hidden research. We can't wait." The Nightweaver pulsed with dark energy, awakening. Humanity's chance for true independence had arrived. Drake's voice cut through the silence, "She's ready. And we are ready." Around them, the shipyards began to hum with life. Energy conduits glowed along the massive hull, defensive drones streaked across the platforms, and the Nightweaver's quantum system synchronized in a symphony of light and shadow. Every technician, every engineer, held their breath, knowing history was about to be rewritten. Deep within the ship, the Nightweaver's consciousness stirred, exploring itself, learning its own limits, calculating the impossible. It was alive, aware, and bound to its pilot in a way no human mind had ever experienced. Drake felt it as a presence in his bones, an ally, a weapon, and a guardian. Far across the system, Meridian sensors twitched, detecting faint disturbances in spacetime. They did not yet understand what they were about to face. A storm was forming in the darkness of the void, a storm that would change the galaxy forever. The galaxy was about to witness a storm of precision, power, and revenge, the awakening of a force it had underestimated for centuries. Humanity had taken the first step toward its reckoning. The Proxima Centauri colony hung like a jewel in the void, its orbital habitats bathed in the red glow of its star. Collective battle groups were assembling, weapons charged, targeting the colony's infrastructure. Commander Zor of the Eternal Dominion stood on his bridge, cybernetic eyes scanning the defenses, confident in the superiority of his fleet. But the humans had a secret. Quantum-entangled sensors, hidden across the colony, transmitted every movement, every command back to Project Umbra. Sarah Chen watched the unfolding confrontation with grim satisfaction. Drake's voice came through the neural link, "They think they're in control. They're about to learn differently." The Nightweaver emerged from a quantum fold, its dark hull absorbing the faint light, a phantom predator in the void. The fleet of the Collective unleashed a storm of plasma beams and quantum torpedoes, but the Nightweaver's adaptive armor drank their energy, its point defense systems obliterating incoming missiles. Impossible, Zor hissed. His fleet was designed to crush colonies, yet it faltered under the precision of a single vessel. The Nightweaver moved with the grace of a predator, each weapon strike deliberate, surgical. Its dark energy beams sliced through shields and hulls, leaving no room for counterattack. One cruiser imploded in a cascade of blue fire, a warning to the rest. Sarah's voice echoed in Drake's mind, "Show them what humanity has become." From the Nightweaver's launch bays, the Quantum Boys deployed, dozens of small devices, weaving a network across the battlefield. They broadcast the battle footage across collective space, impossible to censor, impossible to hide. On the Meridian High Council, Supreme Overseer Axel recoiled as the images reached him. Humanity had not just survived, they had dominated, their technology rewriting the laws of physics the Collective had claimed unbreakable. Accelerate! Vaxthal roared, crystalline limbs trembling with panic. But the Quantum Boys had already done their work. Across thousands of worlds, oppressed species witnessed a single human vessel defeat a battle group with impossible technology. Hope ignited in hidden resistance movements. Crystalline lions whispered strategies in underground chambers. Aquatic marins shared forbidden knowledge in deep-sea cities. Cybernetic nexus plotted in encrypted networks. Humanity's allies had finally risen. Drake moved the Nightweaver into position, dark energy pulsing, synchronized with resistance forces. Crystalline ships amplified the attacks, the collective shields fracturing under precise coordination. "Today we fight for more than ourselves," Drake broadcast to every vessel via quantum entanglement. "We fight for every species that has been suppressed, every mind denied progress. The Nightweaver is only the beginning." The battle escalated, a dance of shadows and fire across Proxima Centauri space. Collective ships faltered, their formation collapsing under the perfect synergy of human and allied forces. Sarah Chen monitored every tactical display, pride and fear mingling in equal measure. The Eternal Dominion would not forgive this demonstration, but the galaxy would never forget it. The first step had been taken. The chains of centuries were beginning to crack. Humanity had revealed its power, and the Collective's empire trembled on the brink of revelation. The void above Proxima Centauri shimmered with energy as the Nightweaver's dark hull pulsed like a living weapon. Drake's neural link synced with every allied vessel, Lions, Marins, Nexus, each ship a note in a symphony of war. The Collective fleet, shaken by the initial assault, tried to regroup. Their weapons roared, yet every attack was anticipated, neutralized, or turned against them. The galaxy had never witnessed coordination like this. Species long suppressed now fought with precision beyond their oppressors' imagining. "Quantum Boys are spreading footage fast," Lieutenant Wong reported, eyes dancing across the tactical interface. "Resistance movements are mobilizing across the cluster. Entire systems are lighting up with uprisings." Sarah Chen's hologram flickered beside Drake. "This is only the beginning. Every victory we broadcast sparks a rebellion somewhere else." In the Eternal Dominion flagship, Supreme Overseer Axel's crystalline form cracked with tension. His centuries of dominance had never faced such audacity. "Deploy the special response units," he commanded. "Crush them before they inspire others." But the Nightweaver anticipated. Dark energy beams synchronized with the Lion vessel's crystalline resonance, shattering shields with coordinated precision. Subjugated species ships, previously hidden, emerged from cloaked positions to join the fight. The tide was turning, faster than even Drake had predicted. From underground caverns, secret transmissions relayed strategies to resistance cells. Civilian colonies armed themselves, and for the first time, fear rippled through the collective's controlled worlds. Humanity was no longer alone. Drake's voice cut through the chaos, calm yet commanding. Hold formation. Protect the colonies. Show them our strength, without destroying innocence. We win by proving our superiority, not by slaughtering. Dark matter generators thrummed as the Nightweaver's adaptive armor absorbed and reflected attacks, while its weapons carved impossible patterns through enemy ranks. Torpedoes disintegrated mid-flight, plasma beams fractured against quantum shields. The Eternal Dominion faltered. Zor's cybernetic eyes could barely process the combined assault. His fleet began retreating in disarray. The galaxy had never seen such a spectacle, suppressed species standing tall, their newfound courage amplified by humanity's technology. Sarah Chen's voice, steady yet fiery, reached Drake through the neural link. Every species we inspire is a nail in the collective's coffin. Keep them coming. Drake nodded, feeling the Nightweaver pulse with approval. It was more than a ship, it was a symbol, a herald of change, a catalyst for liberation across the stars. And in that instant, the first seeds of a galaxy-wide revolt took root. From the shadows, a new alliance was forming, one built on trust, cooperation, and the promise of freedom. The age of oppression was cracking, and humanity, once hidden, now led the charge. The Eternal Dominion, the largest fleet the galaxy had ever seen, emerged from hyperspace, 5,000 ships strong. Supreme Overseer Axel's crystalline form radiated authority, but now it was laced with doubt. The Nightweaver hung at the center, a dark star pulsing with humanity's hidden might. Formation, now. Axel's voice resonated through the fleet. Crush them before the rebellion spreads. But the rebellion had already spread. From hidden worlds, vessels of every species once suppressed by the collective now emerged. Lion crystalline ships, Marin's deep-sea vessels, Nexus cyber cruisers, all synchronized through quantum channels, coordinated by the Nightweaver's consciousness. Drake's voice cut across every allied ship. Today, we fight not just for humanity, but for every species denied freedom. Stand firm. Strike with precision. Show them the power of unity. The Nightweaver surged forward, dark energy weapons cutting through the collective's formation. Torpedoes detonated harmlessly against adaptive shields. Quantum buoys broadcast the unfolding battle to the galaxy, every planet seeing humanity and allies rise against oppression. Axel watched in horror as ships fell, their weapons neutralized, their formations collapsing. Impossible, he whispered, but the truth was undeniable, the era of control was ending. Drake allowed the Nightweaver to advance, each calculated strike disabling without needless destruction. Civilian worlds were untouched. Fear, not slaughter, was the lesson. The Nightweaver became both sword and shield, a beacon of hope across the stars. Sarah Chen's hologram appeared across quantum channels to allied commanders. Every species we inspire today joins the chorus of freedom. Today, oppression dies, cooperation begins. Axel's fleet faltered. One by one, vessels ceased fire, some even surrendering, unable to fight against the collective will of united civilizations. The Eternal Dominion itself shuddered under coordinated attacks, its power fractured. Then, the Nightweaver's consciousness extended through the neural network, touching the minds of every being in the collective fleet. The truth of history, the suppressed knowledge, the stolen advancements, all laid bare. The lies that had bound the galaxy for centuries crumbled. Stand down, Axel commanded finally, his voice heavy, resigned. The collective is over. Silence fell across the battlefield. Stars glittered in the void, witnesses to the dawn of a new era. Humanity and its allies had broken the chains of centuries, forging bonds not of subjugation, but of mutual respect. Drake stood on the Nightweaver's bridge, watching the fleets coordinate their retreat peacefully. "It's done," he said softly, though the ship pulsed around him, sensing his triumph. "We've changed everything." Sarah Chen, from Mars, nodded, pride shining in her eyes. "Not as conquerors, James, but as liberators. The galaxy will never be the same." Allied fleets celebrated quietly, sharing knowledge, technology, and strategies. Across planets, species once oppressed began building, innovating, dreaming. The Nightweaver's dark hull gleamed under 1,000 alien suns, a symbol of hope, unity, and the dawn of a new galactic age. The age of the Meridian Collective was gone. The age of cooperation had begun. And humanity, once hidden, now led the galaxy into a brighter future.